In this lesson, we will learn some techniques of cutting and selecting objects from source images in order to use them in our made paintings. There are many techniques of selecting an object from its background, and all depends of the shape and the color information within that source image. If it's a complex or detailed shape on a plain color background, we might want to check if we can make some color-based selection. If the background is complex too, we might want to work with mixed techniques of making selection based on channels information, manual or automatic, and use destructive or non-destructive processes. But in our case, as we can see, almost all our source images have nice plain background colors, and there's a sharp contrast edge between our objects and the background. So even it's a complex shapes in our case, in some cases we can easily take it out. The only thing that will cause us some problems are the thin cable lines, but we will solve that also. So let's start with our first photo, the statue. We have a nice sharp edge with a nice contrast here, so we'll use the magic wand tool. Just check the contiguous option and set the tolerance about 40%. Click on the sky and then shift click to expand the selection. It seems that the tolerance is okay, so click some more and expand your selection, and there, and also there. Of course, there can be these two selected. Okay, let's try it. And invert the selection, make a new mask, and now let's check if our selection is 100% accurate. Make a new layer under the mask layer and fill it with a bright green color or red color, as you wish. There are two colors that will allow us to double check our selection, and here on the left we can see some spots that are unmasked. So select the brush tool, a round hard edge brush, set the opacity to 100%. Make sure the black color is selected, because we are painting on the mask, and cover that also. Let's set the flow also to 100 opacity and just paint out everything. So I think it's good for now. Let's take a closer look. It seems good. One spot there, it's gone, and one there, also some spots there. Okay, and something there. Now it is perfect. Okay, now let's select another picture. Let's try with that crane. Okay, select the magic wand tool, set the tolerance to about 50%, deselect the contiguous option, click on the background color, shift click again, it seems okay, invert the selection, make a new layer, and now let's take a closer look. Everything looks good. There are some spots that we might want to adjust. Make a new layer, fill it with the red color to see better, and let's start to adjust those parts. Okay, pick the brush tool and start painting with the white color on the mask. And here also, let's gently paint those out. And that spotlight there also. On this one here. And this must go out also. And here. Okay, seems everything is good. Let's take a look there. Yes, everything looks good. It is a good selection. Now let's try another image. With these cranes here, we have some less contrast there. And now set the tolerance. Again, pick the Magic Wand tool and click on the background color. Zoom out to see better. Shift click again and again and once more and once more. Okay, seems okay. Let's invert the selection, click on the mask tool and take a closer look. Everything seems to be okay, but we masked out the cables. So as we can see here, there were some cables, but we masked them out. So there's no problem with that. Let's clean our selection here on the bottom. Pick the brush tool and a black value and paint over the image on your mask. Okay, that one also has to go, and that's okay. Now the selection is great, but don't worry about those cables. We can solve that problem. Just pick a brush tool, a hard rounded edge, pick a color from your image and start to paint the cables. You can do that on a new layer, of course, and just paint the layers. Click, hold your shift, click, and then click again, and you will have a straight line, 1 pixel or 2 pixels. If you set on 2 pixels, it will be better, I think. And start to draw those cables again. So don't worry about their exact position. Just paint over the cables as you wish. And this technique is good for all sorts of thin shapes, cables, hair, vines, and fur. Instead of wasting your time with complex selections, you better paint them. Paint them over, it's quicker, and nobody will realize how you did it. Okay, I think this is pretty good. And we can do that with all the rest of our images. So in this lesson, we'll learn how to select our objects quick and easy.